Hey y'all, welcome to the country, where it's just another day in paradise. Let's see what's going on. Hey y'all, I'm Susan and I am Susan's Country Living. Welcome to my channel. This morning I'm making some blueberry butter. Now it doesn't have any butter in it, but it's going to spread like butter. So we're in springtime, and I'm trying to clear out my freezer of frozen fruits. I freeze the figs that we harvest, the blackberries that we harvest, and I have some blueberries that were also in the freezer that I had purchased and shrink wrap them and stick them in the freezer, and so I need to get them out of there so I can make room for our spring and summer harvest, the things that I will put in the freezer. So I'm making this in a crock pot. So it's going to go all day, and you're going to do certain things at certain times through the day so that you end up with a nice, creamy, fruity, buttery spread. But there's no butter in it. So what I have is 3 pounds of blueberries, which is about 8 cups. I measured it out as I was weighing it. And I've put it in a crock pot on high for 90 minutes. I've got about 20 minutes left, and I'll come back and show you what we do next. Okay, so now my 90 minutes is up with my blueberries in the crock pot on high. Now I'm going to take the lid off. I'm going to put it on low for 30 minutes. I'm going to use my hand blender to puree the berries. So what you're doing is you're just really getting them softened up, and now we're getting rid of some water through evaporation. So it's been 30 minutes with the lid off, and I'm going to just turn my crock pot off for right now while I do this. I'm using an immersion blender. You could take the berries and put them in just a regular blender and puree them, blend them up, and put them back in the crock pot. But I'm going to use my immersion blender and just blend these up. So I've got it all blended up, and I can show you right here. It's all pureed up. So what I'm going to do next is I'll put the lid on, but leave a little crack so that steam can escape, and it's going to go on low for 3 hours, and every hour I'll come and stir it. And I'm going to use a silicone rubber spatula because it allows you to get around the edges really good and the bottom so that nothing is sticking and burning. So 3 hours, a little crack in the lid, stirring once every hour. Some things that you're going to need is brown sugar. This will be later. Some lemon juice, nutmeg, allspice, and cinnamon is what we'll be adding to this later in the day. So our 3 hours is up, and I have stirred it every hour, and it has really thickened up quite a bit. And now I'm ready to add 1 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, I believe it's 1/2 teaspoon. A half teaspoon of nutmeg, and then 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. And I have those measured out right here. And then I'm gonna mix these in really well. And then it says to put the lid back on and leave it a little bit cracked on low, and over the next hour it should thicken up to the consistency to be ready to put it into jars. Now this can be just refrigerated, but I'm going to water bath can mine. We've got with the sugar and the fruit And the lemon juice, it should have enough acid and enough sugar to where it can be water bathed. So, got that mixed in really, really well. Back on, just cracked just a little so the moisture can come out. There we go. And we'll see our product in about an hour. So I think my blueberry butter is done, and I kind of know because it's not running off like really fast, so it's kind of clumping up there. So I'm going to go ahead and jar these up. I put my jars through the sanitizing cycle of my dishwasher, and they're still hot, so I'm going to just use them from there because they've been sterilized. I've got my water with my lids in it to soften up the substance that's on the bottom of the lid there. So we're going to go ahead and get these jarred up. I like to use a 4-ounce ladle if I'm doing these 8-ounce containers. So it kind of helps me know what's going on there. So I'm going to leave about 1/4 of an inch headspace, just like you would for jelly. And it said it would do 4 cups. So there's one. And let me see what my headspace is. Use this little tool that comes with the canning, and it's about 1/4 inch. More than half, less than half, and a little more than 1/4. So that's going to be just about right. And I'm going to grab a ring back here. I'm going to get. Oh, I need to wipe off the lip of my jar. Just grab me some hot water on there. And even though I'm using that funnel, you never know. And even though these went through the dishwasher, you never know if there's anything on it that could prevent a seal. Put it on like that. That, just finger tight. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in my water bath. I don't have it boiling yet, but I'm going to go ahead and jar the rest of them up, and then we will get everything going, boiling for a 15-minute water bath on that, and then we'll see. Okay, my 15 minutes is up, and when I cut it off, I let them set in there for 5 minutes with the lid off to let some cooling take place. So now I'm ready to lift my jars out to let them cool, and hopefully we'll hear some pop, pop, pop. Beautiful color. They'll be for sale at the farmer's market at my vendor stand. And then I used a couple of the small ones for just here at the house or for sampling, because I do offer samples at the farmer's market. And I used a Tatler lid on one of those. There went some pop pop. I like that. Come on, pop pop. So I'm trying a new, there went one, trying a new lid, because it is hard to find just the lids. You can find the boxes with the rings and lids, but just the lids by themselves, the metal ones, it's been hard to find. And the ones you can find, they're expensive. The ones online, it's ridiculous. There went another one. So I hit the my local Ace Hardware, And they have these jars. They're quilted and they're Pur, P-U-R, and all four of those lids just sealed. So hopefully they'll be a good, nice seal. The material that's on the inside felt really thick, and they're cheaper than the Kerr and the ball. Even they're not made in the United States, where the ball and the Kerr they're American made. So, but that's what I could find. So hope you make yourself some blueberry butter. I'll put the recipe down below. I tasted some before I canned it, and it is really yummy. And there's no pectin in it. It's not a jelly. It's like a spread, like a fruit spread. It was not as runny as apple butter is. So I'm excited for some people to try this, and hopefully when blueberry season comes, there was another pop. That was the last one. I'll make some more. So y'all have a great rest of your day there. Bye, y'all.